Okay, in this video we're going to build our first wheel part. So we need to have our QuickBuild open. So I left mine in downloads. I'm going to go back to downloads and I'm going to go to the robot QuickBuild folder that I unzipped. And I'm going to open the user guide with bumpers. Sorry I didn't have that open ahead of time. I just wanted to remind you that it came in a zipped folder. Okay, so the beginning of the document has a parts list and a tools list and a few other things. So you can see the page we need to start on is page 9. So if you're not on page 9, you can just highlight down there. Well, it depends on which PDF reader you are using. Anyway, page 9 shows that we're going to need 4 outer wheels. Now we're only going to build one wheel. We're going to build it as a component and we'll end up using it 4 times. So back over in Fusion, well, the first thing we got to do is make a, well, I haven't saved this. Save. We're going to do, I think I saved it. I think I deleted it after I practiced. Okay, so I'm going to call it chassis quick build. If you already have a saved document, don't worry about this. Okay, so now we need to make a component. This is pretty important. So that's under assemble. We're going to make a new component. The parent is selected. That just means that it shouldn't be buried within a different folder. Okay, and we're going to call it outer wheel. Outer wheel. And it's an empty component because we're going to put the pieces of the wheel inside the component. Okay, so you can see it automatically creates that. It shows us that it's all ready to use this folder. So now we're going to find the pieces. So let me flip over here. Let's find this pulley. So we're going to find 2 pulley halves, AM2234. So you definitely want this sorting by name. And scroll down to the AM. Now we want 2234. Oops, I went too far. Okay, so there's one. When you can put a component in, it waits for you to position it. I don't know, we can move it back a little bit. Whatever, but there you go. We're going to click OK to place that one. Now we're going to bring in another one. I'm going to pull it out a little bit so that I have room, and I'm going to shut this temporarily. So we can maneuver to each one, and I'm going to click OK. Okay, so we have 2 wheel halves, and you can see that if I open the component we started, they got placed in there, which is perfect. Okay, so now we're going to use the joint skills we learned last time, and we basically want to joint this ring with this ring. So I'm going to click this ring, then I'm going to hit the J key, and then you can see that it already knows it has this one selected. Now I'm going to click this select key. I'll zoom in a little bit more and make sure I clicked that ring. Now, when they initially pair, they basically go identically on top. So if we come down here and click the flip button, and then we'll just re-rotate it 180 degrees so it's perfectly meshed. Okay, so you can see those were well meshed. And we'll leave those like that. So if I flip back to our quick build guide, we have these pieces meshed. Now we need this outer wheel, which is AM940B. So if I go back, open up that again so I can see my parts. So AM0940. 0940. Okay, this looks kind of strange. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to rotate it so it's facing the same direction. Now, there's something not right here because it doesn't have the inner structure. So if you look at this, we're expecting the one with the inner, sorry, like hubcap. It's not a hubcap. I don't remember the name. Anyway, so the wheel that we downloaded isn't exactly what we need. And I looked through and I couldn't find it anywhere. For now, we're gonna select this and delete it because it's not the right one. So we're gonna go to the source. So we are going to, now look, if I click, ideally, I could scroll back up to the top in the parts list and it has a link there, but I already know that it doesn't, it's not gonna find the page. So we're gonna go to the AndyMark website. I think it's just andymark.com. Okay, and we are going to search for AM-0940B. And this looks like the thing we need. So let's click it. Now, the reason I'm bringing you to the AndyMark website is because they provide the CAD models for all of these things. So it is a 6-inch diameter, and you're going to go to 80A, and then that's what we're looking for. Which doesn't really matter because it doesn't change the CAD file down here. So I didn't actually have to do that. I just have to scroll down and I'm going to click this thing that says CAD file. And now it downloads that model. If I go to my downloads folder, you can see that I actually already did this. But there's my high grip wheel. So what I can do is I can go back to Fusion. I can upload. I can drop my step right here. Oops. And you can see it's ready to import. And again, I gotta move my box up so I can see my upload button. And it will take a minute. It's a different format, but that's not gonna make a difference. So we'll wait for it to upload. You can see the progress here too, so I'm gonna close that. So I'll pause while it uploads. Okay, now it won't put itself in place automatically. So let's go and sort by last updated. And if we scroll all the way to the top, it's going to be on the top because that's the most recent thing that happened. So now I'm going to pull this one out. You can see it's looking like we expected it to. I'm going to push it back and push it over. Actually, let me shut this because it takes up so much space on my computer. Okay, so good. I got a wheel in there. So now I'm going to want to mate this whole collection with that. It is a good idea to click the thing that you want to move first. So I'm actually going to move the wheel to the pulley system. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to do an outer rim again. I'm going to hit J for joint. I'm going to click this button. I'm going to scroll around. Actually, let me go left and upright. And I actually want to click this here. Okay, so I want to mate it to that ring. And you can see, oh, it only did the outer ring. That's okay. Let's highlight that. I can highlight this outer face. Whoops. Hold the phone. Okay, I hit escape because I forgot to hit undo before I paired more. Let's leave this wheel in place and we'll start with this one. I'll show you what happens instead. So I'm going to use my navigation box. I'm going to zoom in a little bit, get that ring, make sure it's the outer one, the outer edge, hit J. I'll go back to the home view so I can scroll in. I can zoom in more to make sure I get the edge accurately. Whoops, I forgot to change my select button. Let's hit X, start again. Whew. Okay, so I'm going to click that corner. That will work well. Okay, so we're going to click this ring. Ooh, that was component 2. Oh no, so component 1's been selected. Now I want to select component 2, so I can come up here, zoom on in, click that edge, and there. It brought it in. Let me click OK, and then the other one matches it. So now I have those pieces connected. So rewind if you need to see that again, because I was zoomed out when they connected to each other. Actually, I'm going to undo because I'm a glutton for punishment. So here's what we did. If you look, you can click this corner. It gives you a nice view of that inner ring. I'm going to click the one at 12 o'clock. I'm going to click that outer edge at 12 o'clock. And I'm going to click the home button. Then I'm going to click J for joint. Now I'm going to click this because I'm about to select component 2. Then I'm going to click this outer edge. I got to zoom in. Now here's what's going to happen. So there's the outer edge. You can see that it looks like it only did the 1/2, but as soon as you click OK, it all goes back together. So that's great. I'm going to save. Okay, let's look at the next piece. The next piece is called the AM0209. So we'll go back here. We'll open our parts again. It begins with AM and it's 0209. Oops. Oh, I'm not sorted. So let's make sure you're sorted by name. Scroll to the AMs. 0209. Here we go. I'm going to pull one out. We have to do a little manipulation. So we're going to want to rotate it 90 degrees in the Y angle. I'm going to pull it over here and pull it over here so it's somewhat lined up with that and click OK. Then I'm going to pull another one out to this side. Well, it didn't go to that side, but that's fine. Make sure that rotates by 90 and move it to the back and click OK. So now those pieces are ready to place. I'm going to close that again so I have room. For this one, I decided to use the inner face here and the outer face here. So again, you want to start with the piece that's going to move. So I'm going to click here, and I'm going to hit J, and then I'm going to click here. And I think I forgot to do something. Let me try that again. Actually, let me cancel. I think I forgot to click the select button. So click here, J, click this select button, click this inner ring, and there it goes. And remember, it's wiggling because all of these are rigid. These are rigid joints. So when these pieces are together, like on the actual robot, they don't move within each other. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing with this one. So I am going to click the corner way over there, and we'll use the same process. Start with the one you want to move, hit J, remember to hit the second component thing, do the interface, click OK, click the home button again. I think we're done with our outer wheel. So if I go back here, our our outer wheel is done, I can click it and the whole thing gets selected. So we'll be using that later. For now, you can just save your file. Then, I wonder if I can delete this instance of it. Let me just try something. Well, let me undo. Okay, so I'm going to stop the video there.